I thought canola oil was healthy, but now I've heard otherwise. So can you explain about this? What's healthy fats versus bad fats?
Yeah, the canola oil bottle at the store has the little heart healthy symbol on it, right? And a lot of those have what people would consider to be a heart healthy fat profile. The problem with a lot of these vegetable oils is that they're not really naturally occurring oils. They take a lot of chemical and industrial processing in order to get them out of what they're, where they're made, right? So canola oil comes from the rapeseed. And yes, you did hear me correctly, the rapeseed. Have you ever heard of that? Does it sound like something that you want to eat? No, but they actually use a lot of chemical processes, especially with chemicals like hexane, to get the oil out of these what are really seeds and not vegetables. So that process is very damaging to those fats and distorts the fats. And by the time that we get them on the shelf in the store, they're already highly oxidized. So once they're in our body, those oxidized fats are dangerous and create more oxidative stress in our bodies.
So this book is a fantastic book. You can see it's well read here. But this book really goes, it's called Deep Nutrition. It really goes in depth about vegetable oils. And I like one thing that she says. She talks about vegetable oils. You know the Chinese finger traps? You put your finger in them and then they get stuck?
Right.
So she talks about how the vegetable oils actually are doing that with our cells. Actually impairs our cellular function and eventually can affect our metabolism and cause a cascade of other health problems. So if you're really interested in this subject, I highly recommend the book Deep Nutrition by Catherine Shanahan. We can post the link in the comments if that's easier for you, or you can always send me an email and ask for that information. But that's a really great place to find more information. If you're just looking for a checklist, there's one inside my Keto Planner where we actually go through toxic fats. I know that's hard to see. Toxic fats, things to avoid, and good fats to use. So the good fats are avocado oil, cocoa butter, coconut oil, duck fat. So whenever you're doing animal fats, the most healthy version of an animal fat is always going to be the organic version. So keep that in mind. So macadamia oil and walnut oil, but only if they're like boutique processed, like small batch processed. You want to avoid the high heat processing. MCT oil, olive oil, palm shortening, sesame oil in small amounts, and tallow. And then you want to avoid the unhealthy fats of
so canola oil, cottonseed oil, corn oil, grapeseed oil, safflower oil, soy oil, sunflower oil, and basically anything just generally labeled a vegetable oil.
So that would include margarine, fake butter spreads, margarine sprays, trans fats, anything that's partially hydrogenated, and other highly refined polyunsaturated vegetable or seed oils. And keep in mind, the seed oils aren't unhealthy inside of the seed. It's the processing that occurs in the factories that make the oils that come from the seed unhealthy.
Right.
They create oxidation.
Yeah. They use a lot of chemicals, and in fact, they have to go through several steps in the production process to sanitize the smell, to I can't even think of the word. Deodorize them, yeah. Deodorize these oils so that they don't smell rancid and awful as soon as you open the bottle.
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up our segment on fats.